is a Bramble Jam podcast.
Welcome to Girls Gone Hallmark, a Hallmark review podcast. I knew, I was wondering. We'll get to it. I'm Megan.
Whoa.
And I'm a longtime Hallmark fan.
I'm Wendy. I'm a former Hallmark hater.
If you're wondering what's happening, I think Wendy just read the notes for this episode. But before we get there, before we get into the mailbag, I want to take a quick minute and talk about the bracket really quickly.
Oh, okay.
Because I think this is the best place to do it. I think the best place would be a Hallmark Headlines episode, but we're not doing that right now. So here it is. First of all, I want to thank you for doing all of that work. Wendy took on 100% of the bracket.
Oh, yay.
And ran it. And yay, yes. How do you feel that it went?
I feel that it was the easiest year yet. And I don't know why. I don't know if it's because the number of movies or it was just clear what everybody liked or everybody behaved. I don't know. I don't know
either. I think some of our core group had heard our cries saying, don't F this up. This is your chance. You're coming back to do this against kind of your better judgment because last year was kind of rough. And I think they knew better. A couple people were like, oh, I don't like this matchup. And look, there's a big difference between like, oh my gosh, this is so hard to choose, because there were definitely matchups where I felt like that. That's totally fine. As opposed to like, oh, I don't like how this match. Well, okay, that's what happened. Like, anyway, people were lovely and it was a good time. And it felt, I mean, I didn't do jack, so I was about to say it felt easy, but it just felt smooth. Like it ran easily.
Yeah, I wasn't complaining on the back end to you at all about any of it.
No, and we didn't have people activating multiple new accounts to vote. Were you surprised by the winner?
No.
Really?
No. I'm surprised that the winning movie aired in October, you know. But other than that, no. I mean, I know Ted Cooper was such a big hit for everybody, so I wasn't that surprised. I was surprised at the final two.
Oh, me too. The final two were A Keller Christmas Vacation and Merry Christmas, Ted Cooper.
Yeah.
In my mind, I really thought it was going to come down. Obviously, it couldn't have worked that way, but to Ted Cooper and Opry, like those in my mind were the final two, the top two. And the only reason I was a little bit surprised, those are both 5-star movies for me. There's no bad choice there. I was just a little bit surprised because I think Hallmark traditionalists might have leaned a little bit harder into Opry. Mm-hmm. But maybe the Hallmark traditionalists aren't voting in an Instagram stories poll.
Perhaps.
Okay. We've kept you waiting long enough. The reason Wendy was reacting is I couldn't help myself. And when I was putting together today's list of mailbag notes, I was going through our YouTube comments, and this one stuck out at me. And I just have to include it just so you don't think we're front loading with only the nice things people say. Would you like me to read it?
Yeah.
It's from Krista Miller, who says, I think you two suck at reviewing the pilot show Sue Thomas FBI that was televised 2002 to 2005. My suggestion is watch all 3 seasons, then critique it.
Okay. It's so funny. This person's reacting because we didn't really like that show, right? This is not the first time somebody has given us feedback like, oh, you guys should have given that show a little bit more time. Like, it turns out really great, blah, 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 blah. We've heard that feedback before. But when we were reviewing 1 episodes only, like pilot episodes only.
It's literally the premise of that episode.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, sorry. Like, I'm sorry.
I think we acknowledged that we might have liked it more had we seen the whole season, but that wasn't what we were doing there. So it's all right.
And part of me is like, wants to be like, I'll show you. I'm going to watch it all right now. And look, I'm in the habit of eating crow. So I will gladly come back and be like, this is a really good show. But should I watch it? Should I watch it in my downtime?
Sue Thomas, FBI.
I don't know. I mean, it's really hard because January right now, there's so much good TV coming out. So I don't really have a lot of downtime.
I think it's okay.
It's okay to,
Not everything is for everyone. That show does have its fans. After we did that first impression episode, a lot of people came out of the woodwork and said, actually, they really enjoyed that show. That's great. I didn't say it wasn't worth watching.
we just didn't like the pilot.
It wasn't the greatest pilot episode. It's very dated, too.
Yeah, this is true. This is true. All right, let's move on.
Okay.
We got an email from Melissa. She says, love your show, guys. I discovered it through Finding Mr. Christmas, but stuck around because you guys are so great. Thanks for doing it. I love that you are reviewing Ripple. I stumbled upon it on Netflix last week when I was home the day after Christmas and was hooked. I thought it had a Hallmarky feel as well, so I'm not surprised to find out it was meant for them, but glad you guys confirmed it was. Can't wait to see what you guys do in the new year. Thanks for listening, Melissa. I'm glad you're liking Ripple. I feel tortured with that show.
In a good way.
Absolutely tortured.
It's funny because every time I turn on Netflix to watch something, I'm trying to make myself just watch one episode at a time so that I'm only reviewing that episode without any future information, because I think that's what works best for this particular show. But I'm like, I want to keep going because I need to know what happens.
Well, admittedly, I have watched all but the finale episode. So, but yeah, I hear what you mean. I have to always go back. Mm-hmm. This is a me process. Like, I have to go back and like rewatch it because I can't remember like what comes from what episode. I don't want to spoil anything when we're reviewing it, you know.
I have to confess that in the creation of these mailbag episodes, I have neglected a portion of the population, and that is our Spotify commenters. And I don't know if you ever see them, but we get a fair number of comments on Spotify.
Oh, I'm terrified now.
No. I just want to shout out the lovely Sue Adams has left a number of comments there, and I want to give her moment in the sun. I want to read a recent one from her included in this mailbag. It's not in our notes because not only do I forget it every week, I also forgot it this week. So here we go. Sue Adams says, she's commenting on the Finding Mr. Christmas reunion episode. This was an absolute joy to watch, and the two of you being there was an epic surprise. I screamed. Of course they loved you. You are the shining representatives of their main fan base. You get more people to watch Hallmark through your awesome, fun podcast, like me, a competition reality junkie who only this year started watching Hallmark movies and now this show. Thank you for covering and happy holidays. P.S. Can you please pitch a midsummer spinoff, Finding Mr. Summer, maybe?
Oh.
Interesting.
Finding Mr. Summer. I kind of like that. You know, thank you, Sue, for leaving all these comments. I don't see those on Spotify. I'm going to have to go over there and just peruse. Mm-hmm. You know, God, I loved our experience doing Finding Mr. Christmas. That was so much fun. Such a highlight of the year for me personally.
Me too.
I hate that we couldn't talk about it for months, but that was super fun. And I'm glad like those who listen to us were excited to see us on it.
Yeah, I agree. Sue, I just want to tell you, I'm scrolling back through some of her previous comments. She says also, please do traders recaps. Unfortunately, we have decided we are not taking on traders recaps as much as we want to, and we'll be watching that show. We're trying to be smart about where we put our time.
Yeah, but Sue, come join our Patreon. We'll be talking about traders over there on our Pop Culture Club.
Yes, actually, we just ran down the cast in our Pop Culture Club episode, and then the episode, as we record this, the first Traders episodes drop tonight. So we will be talking about it in our next Pop Culture Club episode.
Yes, so that's patreon.com/Megan and Wendy. And I'm not trying to be like clickbaity or like whatever the word is called. We just don't have time to do it on our Hallmark channel, our Hallmark channel. You guys know what I mean.
On this podcast, yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Unless Peacock wants to sponsor a series of episodes.
Oh my God. That would be unreal. Facebook moderator Mackie, she writes about the Biltmore sequel. Dustin Riker, the director, announced in the following interview, she linked an interview on the Heart Full of Hallmark podcast, that the official title of the sequel is going to be called A Grand Biltmore Christmas. Do you have thoughts on that?
That works for me.
It works for me too. Look, this news, I was really excited to see this news. I'm excited to see a sequel to this movie. I know a lot of people are like, no, don't touch it. It was perfect as is. I agree with that. But I don't think it's like a sequel. I see it more as like a spinoff.
Yeah, in the Biltmore universe.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really excited for it. I think it's going to be good. I know they're like boots on the ground. I saw wardrobe designer, costumer Keith Nielsen shared a picture last night from the Biltmore estate.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm like, they're there. They're doing it. So exciting.
Very exciting. Melissa emailed. She just wanted to share a few thoughts about the holiday season. She says, I, like both of you, felt very unprepared for the season. I think it's due to having one less week to prepare since Thanksgiving was so late this year.
I don't think I realized that.
Yeah, it was like December Thanksgiving weekend.
Oh, you're right. Okay, go ahead.
She says, for me, Mistletoe Murders is the standout of the season. She goes on to say, I know you love 12 Dates Till Christmas, but I have to say that the character of Kate is very unlikable. She's self-centered and needs to work on herself before her relationship with Callum will be successful.
I don't disagree. I thought Kate was likable. I do think she needs to work on herself, though,
Dude,
too,
she's
as
a flawed human for sure.
Uh-huh.
The Christmas Baby was a nice idea for the story, but as far as Kelly and Aaron, they appeared more as roommates than a couple. I didn't feel the love between them.
Okay, here's my thoughts on that.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of two movies that showed a same-sex couple this season. I'm sure Hallmark's treading lightly of like how much. I mean, like, what are you expecting? She's just saying that there was no chemistry between them.
Well, I'm not sure 100% what she's saying, but I think your point is correct that they needed to be. Hallmark was perhaps being a little bit too careful.
Yeah, they know who their audience is, and they don't want to ruffle any sort of feathers.
Yeah,
which
ruffle the
pisses
feathers.
me off.
Ruffle them. She closes by saying, on another note, I'm 52 and call my parents every day to check in. Just my opinion, but call your parents more often. They will appreciate it.
This is a throwback to a conversation we had
Initially on Patreon.
Was it?
Mm-hmm. And then it came over to, we talked about it in a Hallmark episode.
Yeah, that's nice.
My parents would be like, why are you calling me every day?
My dad is waiting for a phone call from me. God, as soon as we're done recording here, I will call and check in.
You've been sufficiently shamed?
I have. I was like, is this signed by my dad?
Oh.
From Chantel, she writes, ladies, I know I'm probably too late, but I wanted to warn you that you will feel even more sad after listening to the Mistletoe Murders podcast on Audible, because it is so good. And then you have an undetermined amount of time that you're anxiously awaiting both the TV and audio series. It's torturous, LOL. As a side note, the writer is Canadian, and I was so excited to hear some of my very local towns and cities mentioned. We talked about it on our Patreon episode. You and I both are currently listening to season 1 of Mistletoe Murders on Audible. It's very good.
I'm listening on Amazon Music, by the way.
Oh, interesting.
Yes.
Perfect.
Because and perhaps the technology got the best of me, but I think you need to have an active Audible subscription to be able to listen on Audible. But if you have a Prime subscription, you can listen on Amazon Music. So
Got it. Chantel also writes, I screamed when you guys came out during the Finding Mr. Christmas reunion. I've been listening to you ladies for so long. Back when I was yelling at you guys through my phone when you were just starting this and mispronouncing names and didn't have a lot of Hallmark knowledge. And now you're being invited by Hallmark. I am so freaking proud of you girls. You looked amazing and did a great job interviewing the guys. Yeah, Niall Mater sticks out in my head.
yeah, I think we did a number on Aaron Krakow as well.
Yep. So thanks for being a longtime listener, Chantel.
I just have a quick question. I know you and I watched our portion of the reunion together. Did you show that to anybody else?
My husband.
Yeah. Like not
But
your
that's it.
family?
Oh, my parents watched it and then they showed, yeah.
Like my mom. So my mom had been talking about it for so long. So on Christmas Eve, I was like, so did you see it? And she was like, she got this look on her face and she was like, no. And my dad goes, you should have heard her when she realized she forgot to record it. Like she in the other room was like, oh, and he like came running in. And I was like, it's fine. I could show it to you right now. So we just watched our 3-minute segment. And then my aunt and uncle came over. She's like, Mark, come over here. You got to see Megan. So we watched it again.
Oh, that's cute. Yeah, my parents said they watched it and then they showed my step grandparents who are both nearly 90 years old. They sat them down and watched it too. And I was like, that's sweet. I mean, I shared it on my personal Instagram too. I don't know how many people were like looking to find it or anything, but yeah,
It was exciting. I enjoyed it.
it was very exciting.
Diane writes, it was awesome to see you on the Finding Mr. Christmas reunion. I was wondering if after the holidays you could review Happy Holidays with Ezra. I'm not a fan of the movie, and it really shaped how I viewed the guys in season 2 after the acting challenges. I can't help but wonder if that's why Craig wasn't a true leading man in his movie. Craig did a great job, though. I don't think we're going to go back and do Happy Holidays.
No.
We've seen
unless-
it.
Yeah, I mean, you can assume from our reaction here what we thought about it.
Ezra
But-
is the nicest man, a good human, produces real wholesome, positive content on Instagram. Definitely rooting for his success. You can listen to our interview with him. I really do wonder the details of getting from leading man to Craig's role in A Make or Break Christmas. I really want to know how that shook out. I'm okay with it not being a leading role. I think there's...
Me too.
But again, I do think Craig should have been given more to do. I think there's a big difference between not a leading role and what Craig was given. I thought he did great in what he was asked to do. I hope he'll get another chance. But I do think some people really do get caught up in the fact that Jonathan kept saying a leading role, a leading role, a leading role, and then it wasn't that. I care less about that, but I will continue to beat the drum of let him do more than simply react to Hunter this entire time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Diane finishes by saying, do you think the second Hallmark Christmas movie at Biltmore Estate could be His Merry Wife from the first movie? I sure hope it is. I think the answer to that is no, because we have a whole new set of actors. If it was His Merry Wife, we'd be getting Palaha back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, which would have been a fun spin too, I think. But from what we know, Chris is busy, right? Working on other stuff.
Yeah, Chris is busy, and I don't even know if that was a conversation to do.
Yeah.
I know people had talked about, like, they should make that movie. I like this direction better, like keeping it in the vein of the original Biltmore movie.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think they still leave room for doing His Merry Wife at some point.
Sure.
You know,
That'd
my
be so cool.
dog just ran by with something in his mouth and he ran down the side of the house. And I wonder if he's got like a secret stash of stuff. I never go over there. I'll report back. Oh, no, he just came back with the same thing in his mouth. So
He's like, I got a pile of goodies over here on the side of the house that you don't know about.
He has these chews that he loves, but like they're the only thing that lasts him a reasonable amount of time, but they still don't last that long. And sometimes when he gets one, he'll run to the backyard and bury it, which pisses me off because I'm like, you just buried $10 in the garden.
Yeah.
So he just dug one up and now he's burying it again. This is the life of recording a podcast from your kitchen table.
I was like, you know what I saw this morning? A black crow and it had a rodent in its mouth.
Oh,
I was like,
no.
no, please don't drop that on me.
Oh, no.
Yeah. From Sarah, OMG. My daughter and I just watched last night's reunion show, Finding Mr. Christmas, when they did the teaser of what was going to happen later in the show, and y'all were shown. I freaked out. My daughter had heard your voices but had not seen your faces, so she had no idea why I was excited. I just kept saying, Megan and Wendy, Megan and Wendy. As soon as she caught on, she was as excited as I was. How did you two keep that secret? What was it like being on set? How did that opportunity come about? We talked about it at length, but Megan, do you want to weigh in?
Well, let's talk about the how did you keep the secret part.
It's called signing an NDA.
Yeah, it's called We Wanted to Be Asked Back, but it was hard because it was such a fun day. I mean, obviously we talked about it in the Finding Mr. Christmas reunion episode of this podcast. If you haven't listened, we talk about the reunion, but we mostly talk about ourselves. And I wanted to talk about it. There were so many things and so many times during our recap of the show that there were relevant things from our time on set that I wanted to have an opportunity to bring in. But I was really excited for it to finally come out and to finally be able to. We were there.
Yeah, it was. We had a really fun time on set that day. Please go listen to our recap of that. This question, how did the opportunity come about? I know that has come up a couple times, and I don't know if we fully addressed it on that recap episode.
I think you're right.
How did the opportunity come about? The production company, Super Delicious TV, who creates that show, makes that show, produces that show, reached out to us.
Yep.
And I don't want to like say specifically who, just because I don't want to like a follower of us who works for them. She kind of like put the ball in motion. We talked to producers first over a Zoom call, and then we were invited out. And yeah, it was very organic how it happened and kind of surprising. And I just am so glad that they reached out to us because I think it was genuinely like it was genuine how much we love the show during season 1. So I'm so glad that came through, and I'm glad that we had the opportunity to be part of it in a little way.
Exactly. We have an email from Lisa. Lisa sent us a lot of thoughts on recent movies, but I did want to share this one little tidbit. She says, I think you should have some kind of contest, maybe to raise money for a favorite charity or something like that. And the winner gets to record a podcast with y'all. That would be so much fun.
What are your thoughts on that, Megan?
If you know me, you know I immediately went to the logistics of that. That's immediately where my brain went, like, oh, how would we even do that? What kind of like, that's where I get hung up.
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts?
Part of me loves the idea of it, like raising money for a charity. I know our friends at Deck the Hallmark do something like that during the holiday season when they kick off Countdown to Christmas. They have like a whole like live show that they fundraise for local charities and whatever. And I think that's super admirable.
Yeah.
Where my brain goes to is like, nobody listens to us that much to like.
I did have that thought of like, nobody really wants that prize.
Yeah. I'm like, who wants to be sitting with us? Like,
I don't want to be humbled when they're like, I'll donate, but please do not let me win.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll pass on the opportunity. Thanks. Lisa, we love that you're such a supportive fan and you think that there are people who would find that to be a compelling prize. They're like, can I just have the cash equivalent, which is like a $5 Starbucks gift card? Hey, that's a wrap on this week's listener mailbag episode. Please keep your emails coming, girlsgonehallmark@gmail.com. And again, you can send us a voicemail, 949-329-8090. We love to hear what you're thinking about these movies, the podcast, and life in general. We can't wait to hear from you. We'll see y'all next time. Goodbye.
Bye.
All right, friends, before we go, just a quick heads up. You're about to hear some ads. These little gems help us keep the show running and the Hallmark love flowing. So do with that info what you will. Grab a snack, hit the skip button, or maybe, just maybe, listen in and discover your new favorite product. Bye.